The newly elected APC governor of Ondo State is obviously in a joyous celebrating, currently immersed in absolute happiness. The joy surrounding his face is obvious, even to the blind, that the deaf. However, the governor is out to extend his heartfelt gratitude, appreciation to the good people of Ondo State for finding him worthy to be elected as governor of the state.
Now, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of the All Progressives Congress for his victory in Saturday's election. The president also commended the peaceful conduct of the election process. The president also congratulates other candidates of the 17 political parties for their maturity and sense of purpose demonstrated during the campaigns and throughout the election, attributing the success of the polls to the civility in the state. Well, joining us now is Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the re-elected governor of Ondo State. Good morning, sir, and congratulations to you.
Hello, good morning, Governor. Can you hear us?
For congratulating me. Good morning.
Well, congratulations, Governor Aiyedatiwa. Well, you've lived up to your name. You are lucky. You have been lucky. You are Remison. My head brings me grace. Your head has brought you grace. Aiyedatiwa, the world is now at your feet to serve the people of Ondo State, in spite of whatever vicissitudes you may have gone through. Now, in your acceptance speech, you talked about gratitude and humility. Now, tell us about that gratitude and humility, how you hope to serve the people of Ondo State in the next 4 years.
Thank you, Mr. Rubin. I'm really, really overwhelmed with gratitude, greatly humbled and honored by that renewed mandate given to me by the citizens of Ondo State, by coming out in their hundreds of thousands to cast their vote for my party, the APC, and by extension for myself to continue to be their governor beyond 2025, when this very tenure will be ending. It's a whole lot of gratitude for me to all of them, especially considering the number of votes across the 18 local government, not just some of the local government that were won, but the entire 18 local government. And would imagine, between my party, All Progressive Congress, APC, and the opposition party, the People Democratic Party. And the gratitude also, I extend that to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for providing a level playing ground for all of us, all the political parties, to campaign, to contest without any form of biasness in any way, a level playing ground. So, and to my party, the All Progressive Congress, the leadership of the party, under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Umar Abdullahi Ganduje, and members of the National Working Committee for all the support, the engineering, the political party as a platform upon which I ran for governorship. And also my brother governors, all of them, for rallying around me, giving me support, especially the Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum, the Chairman Progressive Governors Forum, who is also the Chairman of the Subcommittee for Election Management and Strategy, and my own Southwest Governors Forum, who is the Chairman of the Governorship Campaign, His Excellency Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, all of them for their support. My gratitude knows no bounds, even I would like to also commend the umpire himself, INEC, for conducting a free, fair, credible, and conclusive election. Because election can be conducted and can be inconclusive. But this time we had a free, fair, credible, and conclusive election. Yes, and also for the security agents for protection of everybody, without any form of partiality. They were deployed everywhere, and the election itself was so peaceful election in Ondo State has been very, very peaceful in the last 4 elections that we'll be having. You know, it's been very, very peaceful. Aside the experience in 1983, I think Ondo State people have learned their lessons. So I want to thank the good people of Ondo State, the critical stakeholders, the citizens, the eligible voters, every one of them, for the show of love which they have translated into votes. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's, since you've touched on INEC already, let's get straight into it. So far, the postmortems from various observers, CSOs, the general conversation around INEC's conduct has not been positive. There have been allegations of vote buying, there's been allegations of BVAS not working correctly, all manner of conversation, which is casting a cloud on this election. How does this make you feel? Does this diminish your moment of victory as you read some of the headlines today that bring a dark cloud to how the election itself was conducted?
Yes, very not so true. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, depending on where they are speaking from and areas they visited. I want to tell you that not every location were visited by the so-called CSO observers. But really and truly, there are some locations where we have delay, a bit of delay initially, when it comes to accreditation through the BVAS network failing and coming. That initially slowed down the process in some areas, not everywhere. I voted, if you know where I come from, I voted at the remotest part of the state. From Akure, if you want to travel to my hometown where I vote, is about 3.5 hours. So, and on water in the river. And yes, immediately, even before I arrived at the polling station, voting has started. So the INEC officials arrived very early. I wasn't the first person that voted at my unit, at my polling unit. Some people have voted. I made the queue, and I joined. And yes, the beavers at my polling unit worked. Within 2 minutes, I've been able to cast my vote. The accreditation was done, my PVC was presented, it was run on the beavers, pop up my name, and I was given the ballot paper and I voted. In some other unit within my ward, they complain of a network slowing down but coming and going. But eventually, people were able to vote. And but in some areas, they made such complaint as well. The beaver was slow, but along the line, it picked up. That is why you can get that number of votes. If you look at the total number of those who voted in the election, the number is huge. It's like every other election, and even we have a higher figure in this very election than some of the elections that will be conducted in the previous elections. So even though the beavers was failing at a point, but it picked up, and people were able to vote. That is why we could record the numbers.
Okay. Congratulations again, Mr. Governor. You are indeed a very lucky man. But I'd like to disagree with you, Mr. Governor, this morning by saying a lot of people didn't come out to vote. 1.7 million people had their PVCs. You had over 300,000 votes. The other person had over 100,000 votes. There were less than 1 million people that came to vote when you had 1.7 million people with their PVCs. So a lot of people didn't come out to vote. Is that an indication that people are disgruntled with elections generally in Nigeria? That's number one. Number two, during the debates, you had a back and forth as regards security votes. But a question that was never asked was, how much do you collect in security votes? I would like to know how much monthly, or if the numbers vary, how much in the last 1 or 2 months have you collected in security votes in the state? So we have accountability on the numbers. 2 questions, sir.
Thank you, Rufai. Let me quickly say this. If you are judging from the number of people who registered and collected their PVC to number of people that came out to vote, this is not peculiar to this very election, an Ondo State election only. That happens in every election all over the country. So you cannot say a lot of people registered to have their PVC because they just want to have that document. When it comes to being active politically, not everybody that registered that are very, very active politically. So if you look at the records, not just in Ondo State, in every other election in other states, that has been happening. So a lot of people, they are not so active in participating, and that is what we should encourage. It's supposed to be a national awareness that have to be created that people should always come out to vote. But some people, you cannot force people to come out. Some people are passive, some people are active. Some people want to, we talk about citizens' participation as part of good governance. Yes, we have to continue to encourage them. And if you look at the figure that we have at the end of the day compared to other elections, you will agree with me that this is a very, very good one also. Now, your second question is about the question that was asked by Sheikh Okinbaloyi, one of the PDP candidate at the time, talking about drawing money for security votes and all of that. Let me tell you, Ondo State, first of all, has been adjudged to be one of the most safest and peaceful states in Nigeria. Go and check, even with the security agents. Intelligence gathering will tell you that we are safe here in Ondo State and very, very peaceful. I can also attest to you can also attest to that during the end bad governance protests, most other states you experience protests, but in Ondo State there was no single protest because we are engaging our people. We talk to them, we let them know, we allow them to participate, we listen to them, answer their questions, their requests, and we ensure that our security architecture is funded rightly, better equipped. So if you want to really know how much I draw every month on security vote, that is a security matter that cannot be divulged to any of you. But there is a budget for security vote for the office of the governor. And our budget are being published. You can go there and check yourself.
No,
it's an appropriation.
Governor,
I can't draw beyond the appropriated amount.
Mr. Governor, in the spirit of public integrity, it's a question. You should be able to tell me this is XYZ that has been appropriated, based on the security votes. There's no big deal about it. I don't need to go and check. If I wanted to go check the budget, I will not come to ask you. I have you in my front, so I'm asking you, how much are you drawing from security votes?
You can check, Rufai, go and check. This is a security matter.
Just give us a range. Give us a range. If you
I'm not ranging.
Okay, Governor, it's clear. Security matters are supposed to be secret, and you are keeping security matters secret.
Exactly.
As an official of the Nigerian state. So Nigerians don't need to know what comes into security votes, whether it's 1 naira or it's 1 billion, whatever. Anyway, it's an issue.
Thank you, Mr. Abati.
That can be dealt with at some other levels. But let me ask you, how much of a factor was the Akeredolu factor in this election? Because one of the factors that people were coming up with was that, Akeredolu, your boss from Ondo North, who passed, he will probably be a factor. You are from Ondo South. And that leads me to the next question. Agbola is also from Ondo South. Now you are in Ondo South. Yesterday, on another program on this station, I was having a conversation with GT Ogunye, who is from Ondo State. And he was saying that you now coming from Ondo South, you owe the people of Ondo South special obligation to do things for them. So the Akeredolu factor, and you coming from Ondo South, are we going to see you going to establish a university in your constituency also to show that the people of Ondo South now have their son in the saddle?
Thank you, Mr. Bati. Let me first of all talk about my late principals, may he so rest in peace, factor in this election. I'm proud to say that I'm actually the face of Aketi. Forget about all the narratives that people are pushing about the Aketi people are not happy, they are not supporting. I begin to ask them, who are the Aketi people? Are you talking about the immediate family or his political associate? When it comes to politics, when you talk about a family, political family, they are the people that are standing by you, that are working with you. I and Akedi have come a long way since 2012 when he was chosen, well, when he was given the ticket at the time by ACN. Although we lost the election and we stick together as progressive. I will come along in 2016 before he won the election. We all worked together, and Agbola Ajayi was picked at that time from PDP as his running mate. And when he fell out with the principal, and 2020 I was chosen as the deputy. Now we've worked together as a loyal deputy, and everybody in Ondo State knows that. And he even, on the day of our inauguration, I don't know if you have seen that video clip, where openly he commended me. He first of all interpreted my names, what it means, and how names can really affect the destiny of a person. And then talk about my loyalty, commitment, worthiness of this position that he gave to me at the time. And he went further to also say that he has maximum 4 years. Maybe I can continue from there. You know, he cannot just say too categorically that this is my beloved successor. Please, you know, support him when the time comes. But he said it in another way, that he will come down for me to go, he must come down for me to go. Those are his words. You can play that back. It's everyone on the social media, especially during the impeachment plot. It came out from the archive, and everybody began to wonder, you know, towards the end of his journey before he passed. So we've come a long way. That has always been his wish, for me to succeed him, and those who really understand the dynamics, they knew. But because of interest of some other political gladiators, they will have to push other narratives to either deprofile or demarket me and create some kind of blackmail and slandering, insinuations and assumptions, because, you know, politics is about something I call competition or interest that are different. Everybody wants to, you know, sit on this seat as well. So that's it. So the Aketi factor, I am an Aketi, a face of Aketi, a successor, which he actually desired from day one. And that was why I said that how I wish, you know, he's alive to sit behind, you know, among his other governors, colleagues that were in that banquet hall yesterday, you know, when I was declared the winner. That would have been really, really great. But God knows better, you know, that is the way he wants it to be. But for that, and our people also know this, you know, that I have my disposition towards the Aketi group, which I am leading right now alongside with the party chairman. We all belong to the same Aketi group. Now, for the Southern Senatorial District where I come from, already we have a university in the Southern Senatorial District, Tuktukpa, very close to my own local government, in between Tuktukpa and Igbokoda, Ilaje local government. Olusegun Agagu, University of Science and Technology. So I don't need to establish a new university in the Southern Senatorial District. But a campus of the university is already, one of the departments rather, is already been built at Igbokoda, the capital of my own local government. So that is enough. All that I need to do for the Southern Senatorial District is to also bring some kind of infrastructural development to the area. A lot is happening in that area. Don't forget, the wealth of Ondo State, most of it is in the southern corridor. the deep sea port that is coming up, that will be coming up very soon. License has been granted. Investors are waiting. So we now focus after this election to pursue that so that it can come into reality. Don't forget we have the largest bitumen deposit. The second largest in the world is in Irele-Agbabu in the southern senatorial district of Ondo State, with the deep sea port coming on board. And that will further, help investors to look into that direction. Exploration is ongoing in that area already because licenses have been issued by the federal government, Ministry of Mineral Resources, and some people are already there doing the preliminary work. Don't forget also that the southern senatorial district is where we can link Lagos to, we can link Araromi to Lagos. The Araromi-Lekki road is coming in from there. If that road is completed, from Lagos to Ilaje and Araromi will be about 45 minutes, rather than going through, spending almost 3 hours. Don't forget also that the cleanest beach in Nigeria is that Araromi beach. We are going to develop it and make it the tourist place to visit. And also the Lagos-Calabar highway that has started from Lagos, project, a very huge project by the federal government, is going to pass through Ondo State to Delta State, connecting from Lagos to Ogun to Ondo to Delta, and then all the way to Calabar. Linking all of those communities and states together, it's better imagine the kind of economic benefits that will bring to the southern senatorial corridor,
on that note,
especially my own local government, Ilaje.
On that note, Governor Aiyedatiwa, congratulations once again from all of us here on this table.